You gave your son Rashad's name.
Yes.
Why was that important for you to do?
Because actually I thought that was my only child, my Rashad's only child at the time. So when I conceived Rashad, it was when he was about 4 weeks, another baby came apart, so.
You were heartbroken.
I was, because remember, Rashad was in a loving relationship at the time.
Yeah.
And when I conceived Rashad, he had doubts, because I had 3 other kids prior to Rashad. I have 6 kids in all. And then when I had Rashad at the hospital, Rashad was there. He was there, so he was supportive. He cut the umbilical cord.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was still married when I conceived Rashad. So therefore, and I was in Mississippi, and by Mississippi laws, my ex-husband had to sign the birth certificate.
Got it.
And so they gave Big Rashad a lot of doubts. Yeah, so.
That makes sense, because even though you're naming him, the state law is what messed everything up, in that, or in the sense of like caused those doubts.
Yes.
Did naming baby after him make him feel any better?
No.
No, it didn't. What happened when his family saw the baby?
Well, actually, when Rashad was about 6 weeks, I moved back to Memphis. And his mom came. His grandmom came to see him. She sat on my couch. Rashad was in his car seat. She didn't touch Rashad. She just stared at him the whole time he was there. I mean, she didn't pick him up. She just stared like she was sitting like me. He was sitting in the chair in the car seat. She just stared at him. And she was like, well, he looked like his brothers. Of course, I'm their mother.
Yeah, of course.
And, so time went by. She told Rashad, well, I don't think he's yours. He looked like his brother. So supposedly, it was supposed to be a fake DNA test done. Rashad told me out his own mouth that his mom mouth swabbed Rashad and that he wasn't his. But they never showed me they never showed me any results or anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
And I don't think we understand sometimes how for young men who are in a vulnerable mind state, your mother saying something like that is going to just put the stamp of approval on.
Yeah, so she thought maybe it was going to mess up his. I believe that, with her during the DNA test and me not getting the results, I think she did that because he was driving trucks at the time. And she was so concerned about his trucking career. He had already had one child that's like probably 8 months older than Rashad. Because when I was finding out I was pregnant with Rashad, as soon as I got my pregnancy test, I don't know how the other baby mama supposed to have found out. But we were staying together, and she came to the door with the baby wrapped in a blanket, telling Rashad this was his son. And he took accountability of being a father without any DNA test or anything.
Yeah, okay then. So is Rashad still in Rashad's life at all now?
I mean, they talk, I guess. They talk or, Facebook. But I know at one time he did cut Rashad completely off.
Oh,
He told Rashad, the only reason why I'm in your life now, we got a bond is because you and your brother made a bond. Because him and his brother, they're like this.
Got it.
They've been friends ever since they known each other.
Got it. Okay. And how does that make you feel, the way that Rashad has been treating your son?
To be honest, I've been holding a grudge for years.
And so you called to this show today because you want answers finally?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Rashad will be 19 next month. And, and I just want to close this chapter, I just want, whatever the results are today, it has nothing to do with me. I just want Rashad and his father to build a bond, or whatever happens with them, that's them, All
right, well, Tawana, let's welcome your ex, Rashad, to the show to hear his side of the story. Hey, Rashad, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So how do you feel about what was said?
I think she's kind of drawn by some things that really did take place. You know what I mean? When we had Rashad, I was there. I cut the umbilical cord and everything like that, and I was trying to be a family guy, But we had some things that happened in Memphis that really we didn't agree upon. So she was already married and already had more kids, so I'm already in doubt for one thing. And I'm young. I'm just out of prison, excuse my homies.
Yeah.
So it's like I wanted to go on with my life, you know what I mean, and do the right thing, And so I was actually in a relationship with somebody else. And of course, that was my child, but at the same time.
But we were staying together.
Yeah. And then I kind of feel like I was like, going overboard as far as just being in her life, because I know she probably had other guys she was dating, she was married.
But
like
we were serious, we were staying together.
But I didn't see no future in it, you know what I mean?
So you didn't see no future in it,
I ended up moving to Chicago.
But I get pregnant, we staying.
Am I talking to you or am I talking to him? Who we talking to here?
No, you
so
talking
anyway,
about
so
me.
I moved to Chicago. I cut it all off. She said, Rashad, listen, I'm in love with you. She said, you want to get married? I said, we could do it. We can get married in Chicago. If you're really serious about it, because I just can't come home with all these dudes in my house, in the front porch. I'm working hard, trying to be a family guy. Then all of a sudden, you pregnant? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold up, man, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she must older me, So she's like, I'm her junior, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wanted to be with her, but I was reluctant the whole time.
But you were in the hospital. You were there all the way up, and you cut the umbilical cord, and you found out you couldn't sign the birth certificate. At that time, why didn't you say,
I was like 21.
Hey, okay. Why didn't you say to her in that moment, like, I felt horrible about this? Have you ever told her?
DNA test then.
I wasn't even worried about that at that time. I mean,
You should have been. That's the child. That's an innocent child. We could have did a DNA test right then and there. We didn't have to wait this long. We could have did it at the hospital
listen,
that
I
same day
can't,
if you
look
really
here,
wanted.
yesterday is gone, today is here, tomorrow may never come. I'm just here trying to make sure that you doing this for you.
wanna be
It don't
sarcastic.
even matter, you know what I'm saying? But I just care about Rashad. Me and Rashad got a bun us on break. It
How?
don't even matter. You know what I'm
How?
saying?
And
Like
you
I
didn't wanna
can't pick up the
acknowledge
pieces
him.
I can't worry about yesterday. And that's another thing. I was driving trucks. I had already had my own family. So when I
scared you was gonna
when I
lose your
would come
career,
to
or you
Memphis,
thought
I
you
would
was
come to
gonna
Memphis.
lose some money?
I can't even concentrate right now. Look, when I did come to Memphis, I would pick them up. I would drop a couple of dollars. We'd go on trips. I took them to Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't be there every day because I had my own family. She's already married. She got kids prior to me, you know what I'm saying? So how am I supposed to just sit there and just throw myself into that situation now? I was foolish, I was young, it was 20 years ago. I'm 43 years old today.
What made you deny him? I mean, what made you out of all these years?
I never did deny him.
Yes, you did. You even told him he wasn't your child.
You asked me a question,
But you
right?
even told him he wasn't your child.
You
told him the reason why you made a bond with him because he made a bond with the other child.
Let me tell you something. When we went to Memphis, she put me out the house, said, it ain't your son.
Oh.
I sure
Child
did.
was I went to jail and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Okay
because
then,
of what his
okay
mama
then, so
said.
okay
Okay,
then.
then. 'Cause you stop coming around. I just had to let you know I didn't need you then. If you're not going to be around, I should have to
that's
tell
what it was
you
about.
that. But you a man, though. You still should have been there, regardless of what I said.
I couldn't.
But you took responsibility of a whole nother newborn baby.
I couldn't be in your time, your city, baby girl.
So you had said earlier that you feel like Rashad couldn't be in your life, Rashad Jr. was in your life because of the fact that she was still married. Is that true?
I think it was a personal vendetta against me.
I mean, when my mom did the DNA test, she got this little kid, and it never did. She never did say he wasn't mine. She said the jury's still out on that, meaning that all she had going on as far as her being married and things like that, I wasn't even supposed to be involved with that. She was trying to protect me, not because of my career, but she didn't want me to go back to jail because, you know, the judge told me don't come to Tennessee again day of my life.
So
exactly.
doing the DNA test behind my back is protecting you.
You damn right, because when we was in Memphis
Nah,
together.
that ain't protecting
when we was in Memphis together, I ain't even trying to hear what she's saying right now. Because you married.
It don't matter.
It do matter.
It didn't matter
I
when we was
wasn't supposed to
laying
be
up.
staying
We
with you,
was
bro.
laying up,
I wasn't
though.
supposed to be.
Okay,
Let me
but
tell you
you
something.
were.
Let me tell you
And
something.
we was staying in your people's
Look here.
house, in your dad's house.
I can only do what I can.
But we
You know
was
what I'm
staying in
saying?
your dad's
It
house.
don't matter. We talking about Memphis.
No, we talking about Meridian
Memphis.
where it all
So
started.
I can only do what I can. I can't make up for lost time, and I can't sit here and pick up the pieces I'm not. Yesterday is gone.
What I want to go backstage is talk to your son Rashad and bring him out. So I'll be right back. How you doing? You good?
Good, yeah, I'm doing how
Good, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
So you was watching your parents out there,
Yeah.
the potential father, you know. But how did it make you feel?
Man, it made me feel real frustrated, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much going on. Like, I ain't got time for all this, for real, you know what I'm saying?
What did you want growing up?
Man, I just want a happy family, that's it.
So the frustration they had in their relationship came out on you, and you hated that.
Yeah, right. Man, I hope he my father, though, for real.
And if he is,
I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, give him a round of applause, you know what I'm saying, and shake his hand.
yeah. Is there anything that you need from him, like acknowledgement-wise? Do you need him to say anything to you for those years potentially he missed if he is your father? I want you to take a moment and think about that. Don't answer that. Whether you know it or not, if he is your father, you need closure from him.
Yeah, for sure, you know what I'm saying?
So I want you to think about what you would need him to say.
Right.
So I think it's time that we go out here and you talk to your parents.
Yeah, for sure.
Or potential father and mother. Doing good. You want to sit in the middle of them? You can sit in the middle of them. Here you go. He's nervous. He's nervous. That's why. Okay. So your mother and potential father heard you backstage.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to say to Rashad Sr. right now?
Know what I'm saying? What's up? What's going on?
What's up, son?
So, yeah. But for real, though, Pop, like, why you going with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? When I hit about 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you just couldn't Might just be there, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying? I tried to be there, son. I was there for you when you was born and everything. You know, the circumstance, me and your mom, you know, I ain't no excuses for it, but you know what I'm saying? Circumstance with your mom didn't go according. It didn't go as planned. You know what I'm saying? We planned on being a family, but it didn't work out accordingly because we two different people in bondage.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about at the same time. We ain't gonna throw nobody up under the bus, me or your mama, but, you know, I can't, when people are married and dealing with people that's not married,
Right.
it ain't gonna never work. It's gonna always last and end in disaster.
Well, this is what I want. Before we have these conversations, because I think it's important to establish the DNA truth. The thing is that at the end of the day, any excuses or anything or any ways of perceiving it could be valid or might not be valid,
Right.
depending on if Rashad Sr. is your father. This is your truth to open, not mine.
Thank
Here
you.
you go. You can take a seat. What was that?
You owe me an apology.
Hold on, take a seat. Come back around this way. Come back around this way. Hold on. He tried to give you a hug. Would you accept that hug? But you want it with an apology.
Yes.
Would you be willing to give her an apology?
What am I apologizing for?
Ask her.
Deny your son all these years.
There's been years of confusion. Get
Am
clarity,
I
because I want you to
apologizing for
get.
something happened in the past? Because I'm only a reaction to what she told me.
But hold on.
Like I said, it don't even matter.
I get it. But now,
yeah.
what I'm trying to establish for you is because we now know that this is your son, for him to actually get the closure and healing he needs so that he can feel like I need to move forward, this co-parenting journey has to switch. Because he's unfortunately been the victim of all the dysfunctional co-parenting y'all have had. So at this time right now, there can be no more blame game. What now has to happen is healing if you want his life to be better. So I know you said, she said she needs an apology, and you said for what? That's a valid question. Because in your mind, what y'all been through in the past, I don't know what I'm apologizing for because I have my reasons for why we established some of those reasons. But you get to express now what you need that apology for, and now you get to hear it and start from new, fresh ears, knowing this is your son.
Yeah, because, I mean, after all these years, I told you he was your son. And you missed out on a lot. I mean, even though what we went through, it didn't have nothing to do with him. I kept telling you, even when he got older, even when I introduced y'all to each other at the age of 10,
I was not there because I didn't think he wasn't my son.
Can you
I
do
wasn't
this?
there because I was not able. I had my own.
I understand where this is
yeah.
about to go. Hold on, I got you. We're going to make sure
Yeah.
we make sure where this to go this. So you've admitted on this stage that there were several times you told him, this is not your son.
Yeah, out of anger.
I know out of
But
anger.
I knew.
But hold on, we're going to start there. Out
Yes,
of
sir.
anger, you did say that, which can cause doubt in a young man's mind. So what I want, because I want to make sure y'all are both getting the apology you deserve.
I apologize to him for everything. That, you know what I'm saying? That I didn't fulfill that you expected of me. I apologize.
And
Like,
can you apologize? Hold on one second. Can you apologize for saying that to him?
Listen, I apologize as well. You know, like right now, it's not about me or it's not about you.
Here we go.
It's about Rashad.
Right, we already-
You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? I got my closure. That's all I need is my closure. Now it's between you and him to make a bond. Like I said, I got what I wanted.
Well,
my
hold on.
closure.
He was going to give you a hug. Can you give him that hug? Reserve? Y'all both got your apology. Because I want y'all to heal. I want y'all to heal as well. There you go. Now, take a seat for me. What happened, and I appreciate both of y'all, because what y'all first did is those people that was young and had so much confusion and had all of that, I understand both of y'all got confused in that moment. But what y'all both did right there by apologizing is you put the past fully to say, you know what? This is now about this present moment of Rashad Jr. Y'all made a big step. Rashad Jr., how did it make you feel to see your parents apologize and give each other a hug?
It made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? Because it let me know that they really putting everything to the past and, you know what I'm saying, moving on to the future. But also, we still our own person at the end of the day, so it's like, don't really just let what happened in the past affect you now because you still got to grow and glow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, good job. Rashad Jr., I'm excited you know this is your father. You know you got a great mother. Like, build this family, get everything you have. If you have questions that you need answered, feel empowered to ask them because these two people want to love you and make sure you have all the answers, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right? I wish y'all the best of luck as a family. Thank you for being with us. Make sure to come back next time, friends, so we keep talking and growing. I love you all.